Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lahu wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. Amma ba'du, fa'uzu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. This is study number 12 of the Ramadan daily Quran studies for the year 2023, compiled by Zahid Aziz for the Ahmadiyya Anjuman Ishaat Islam, Lahore, UK. The topic of this study number 12 is the existence of God. Number 2, the evidence of human nature. The second kind of arguments for the existence of God given in the Holy Quran relates to the human soul. In the first place, the human soul has in it consciousness of the existence of God. There is an inner light within each one telling him that there is a higher being, a God, a creator. This inner evidence is often brought out in the Quran in the form of a question. It is like an appeal to man's inner self. The question is sometimes left unanswered, as if he were called upon to give it a deeper thought. Am khuliqu min ghayri shay'in am humul khaliqun am khalaqus samawati wal arda bal la yuqinun. And this verse of the Holy Quran translates as follows: or were they created without a creative agency? Or are they the creators of their own souls? Or did they create the heavens and the earth? No, they are sure of nothing. Chapter 52, verses 35 and 36. Another example is the following verse: Nahnu khalaqnakum falawla tusaddiqun, which means, we have created you, why do you not then accept? Chapter 56, verse 57. And in some of these cases, the answer is given. For example, وَلَئِنْ سَأَلْتَهُمْ مَنْ خَلَقَ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضَ لَيَقُولُنَّ خَلَقَهُنَّ الْعَزِيزُ الْعَلِيمُ. The translation of which is, and if you ask them who created the heavens and the earth, they would say, the mighty, the knowing one has created them. Chapter 43, verse 9. On one occasion, the question is put direct to the human soul by God himself. It says in the Holy Quran, and when your Lord brought forth from the children of Adam, from their loins, their descendants, and made them bear witness about themselves, am I not your Lord, Rabb? They said, yes, we bear witness. Chapter 7, verse 172. All human beings are created so that their nature bears witness that God is their Lord. In another place in the Quran, this is called the nature made by Allah in which He has created mankind. Chapter 30, verse 30. Sometimes this consciousness on the part of the human soul is mentioned in the Quran in terms of its unimaginable nearness to the Divine Spirit, as follows: وَلَقَدْ خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ وَنَعْلَمُ مَا تُوَسْوِسُ بِهِ نَفْسُهُ وَنَحْنُ أَقْرَبُ إِلَيْهِ مِنْ حَبْلِ الْوَرِيدِ. That translates as follows: and certainly we created man, and we know what his mind suggests to him we are nearer to him than his life vein. Chapter 50, verse 16. And again, وَنَحْنُ أَقْرَبُ إِلَيْهِ مِنْكُمْ وَلَكِنْ لَا تُبْصِرُونَ, which means we are nearer to it. That is to say, we are nearer to the soul than you are, but you do not see. Chapter 56, verse 85. And yet again, وَاعْلَمُوا أَنَّ اللَّهَ يَحُولُ بَيْنَ الْمَرْءِ وَقَلْبِهِ وَأَنَّهُ إِلَيْهِ تُحْشَرُونَ. And that translates as follows: and know that Allah comes in between a man and his heart, and that to him you will be gathered. Chapter 8, verse 24. The meaning of Allah coming in between a man and his heart is that Allah is what is closest to a human being. There is no distance between a person and his heart, and yet Allah comes in between the two of them. In connection with fasting, it is stated in the Holy Quran, and when my servants ask you concerning me, surely I am near. Chapter 2, verse 186. Fasting brings the fasting person to the realization that God is near. This inner light which is within each person often becomes dimmed because the material possessions of life, ease and comforts, cover and conceal that light. The Quran says that distress and suffering make any person, Muslim or non-Muslim, turn to God instinctively. It says, and whatever good you have, it is from Allah. Then when evil afflicts you, to him do you cry for aid. Chapter 16, verse 53. And again, the Holy Quran says, and when harm afflicts people, they call upon their Lord, turning to him. Chapter 30, verse 33. And again, and when we show favor to man, he turns away and withdraws himself. But when evil touches him, he is full of lengthy supplications. Chapter 41, verse 51. And yet again, he it is, that is to say, it is Allah, who answers the distressed one when he calls upon him. Chapter 27, verse 62. This is why fasting is an effective aid to turning our minds to Allah. It is an instinct of human beings, whoever and wherever they may be, that distress makes them turn to God, unless they suppress this instinct. The human soul cannot find complete contentment without turning to God. The Quran says, الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَتَطْمَئِنُّ قُلُوبُهُمْ بِذِكْرِ اللَّهِ أَلَا بِذِكْرِ اللَّهِ تَطْمَئِنُّ الْقُلُوبُ, which translates as, those who believe and whose hearts find rest in the remembrance of Allah. Now surely in Allah's remembrance do hearts find rest. Chapter 13, verse 28. As it is only in Allah's remembrance that the soul finds full and ultimate contentment, this is another evidence of human nature showing the truth of the existence of God. This is the end of study 12. بارك الله لنا ولكم في القرآن العظيم ونفعنا وإياكم بالآيات والذكر الحكيم इन्नहु ताला जवादुन करीमुन मलकुम वरऊफुर रहीम।